if they can leave, how they leave, shouldn't I stay? And I think this is the pink elephant in the room that everyone sort of doesn't talk about, is sort of like the question of faith encouraging, a kind of martyrdom in marriage. And I want to be sure that we sort of talk about that and sort of open up, even biblically, what we know about, what God wills for us in our relationships, in terms of what that sacrifice is supposed to look like versus what it is not supposed to look like.
This is the world, the fallen world. But I have an obligation to the God Almighty who made me, who created me, who breathed life in me, to the baptism I had, to go forward because he wants me to go forward. He has something good for me on the other side. I
think that's important to think about. Yeah, because, right, so God could have done everything himself, but he chose to use us as part of the plan, and we have these sort of free will choices, right? And what we do with our anger, I love what you're pointing out. We can sort of end up in despair, or we can be reminded of who we're called to be and what we owe back to God in terms of you gave us life, and now what do we do with it as our gift back to you? And I think not losing sight of there's still work to do, that we have a relationship with other people. We have so much that he has planned for us. And if we fall into despair, the plan of the enemy really works well because we don't do any of it. And,
exactly.
And so I think remembering that obligation is important.